Hey Grandmasters, Mike from the WCA. Here's a little Chess Kid video for you to think about between our lessons. Classes are going really, really well. We spent every class, at least the beginning, giving a small round of applause to Josh Colas, who is one of our terrific instructors, for making his first Grandmaster norm. And I explain what that is in the blog, so if you get a chance, go take a peek at what a norm actually is. And it was wonderful to just see somebody that young, that close to the Grandmaster title. We also had Rusa pop in to pick up Sophie, her daughter, at the 2 o'clock class, and just having her walk back in the classroom was a real treat. Players like Josh and Rusa, they're not around every corner. They're very difficult to get to know personally in your life, and here it is. We're lucky enough to have two of them, and especially Rusa for so long with us. So I hope you kids really get a lot out of meeting players like that. Okay, anyway, this week on ChessKid.com, let's take a fresh look at some of the things that you can do on your own, because I got to tell you, most of the weeks, I'm not going to kind of hand everything over for you to do. At this point, I want you comfortable enough with the site that you're really attacking it on your own. Now, how do I know how you're doing? You see, on my account, I have this My Kids tab. Now, you may have it too, but if you click yours, it's not going to look anything like mine. If I click mine on, I actually get a list of 100 players who have signed up to ChessKid.com through the WCA. And not only do I have their, our accounts, I can, oh, here's a Joshua. I wonder if he's the real Josh. I don't know. I'll never admit who it is. But anyway, I can click on this here, this little magnifying glass report card looking thing, and on any of you, it'll tell me what exactly you're doing on the site, how well you're doing, are you having trouble in tactics, how many videos are you watching, etc. There are so many different things that I can see. I can do a leaderboard, find out the tactical winners, etc. So going forward, use the site. Just use the site. Of course, there'll be something particular each week to do, but don't depend on that for your for the most fun and education out of ChessKid.com. The most fun you're going to have, by the way, is right here. See where it says play? As far as I know, that doesn't say W-O-R-K. You don't work chess. You play chess. So do me a favor, chess fans. Come to ChessKid.com, log in, click play. And as much as you can, make sure, by the way, you focus on play fast. It's not that we want you to play fast. It just means that play slow is like games take several days. That's not going to work for you. Click play fast. Come in here and get ready to play. Now, if you click new game, I'm not going to do it now because I'm not prepared to play somebody. It's a little late, number one, although it's not late on the West Coast. It is late for me to be playing a game. Plus, I don't want you to watch me to play a game. I want you to watch me show you more about the site. If I do click new game, somebody's going to be there expecting me to play. Now, what happens when you leave the game and you just don't tell them anything? Their time or your time will run until the computer disconnects you, and it's kind of rude. It just says that you disconnected, and it leaves your opponent wondering why. So don't do that. If you don't have time to play, make sure you don't click new game. If you do, give yourself at least 30 minutes in case the game lasts that long. Now, what I can do on this screen, however, is pretend I'm in a real game by moving both sides of what's on the screen here. So there's nobody on the other side. Let me give you some tips that you can do when you play. Some of you are getting ready to play in your first tournaments. Some of you are so ready to play in your first tournament, I'm calling you overripe bananas. And I mean, you're getting so good that if they put you in the section, especially the K1 section, if any of you first graders are out there listening to me, yes, like you know who you are, you definitely have to go and play. You're so ready to play that as soon as you play a couple of tournaments, they're going to ask you to move up. That's how well that you're doing at the WCA. I see no reason why you can't do that out in the real world. Now, let's say you're having trouble with notation. Well, guess what you can do? You can come to this board as you're playing your game, get your notation pad, and play and write along with your opponent as the game is going on. Now, you know what's going to happen? You might lose a game or two because, as I play e4, I have to write it down. e5. If my opponent is not notating, then what's going to happen is, of course, I'm going to spend a little bit more time than he or she is, and I could lose on time. So what? This is an internet rating. It doesn't mean anything. If you lose a couple of games, all you have to do is win a couple and you come right back. It's not about your rating. It's about training for something. And don't forget, how do you spell play? P-L-A-Y, not W-O-R-K. Playing chess is fun. So get on here and play. If you have to notate, because that's something you need to work on, if you get into it, after a while, you'll forget you're even notating, which is the whole point, right? So here, get on this site and play. Well, what if you're training for a certain opening like this? This is a real opening I have on the board called the Italian game. And if you go into the video section of Chess Kid this week, you'll see Fun Master Mike talk about this exact position that I have on the board. Now, you don't have to know about what I'm about to say, but maybe you do. Maybe your coach or somebody is recommending that you play the very exciting Evans Gambit. That's right, Black is offered a free pawn. Well, if you want to learn to play this opening and you know a couple of lines, how do you think you're really going to get good at it? Practice. So come on, Chess Kid. Put the Evans Gambit on the board. Like now, if your opponent accepts it, you're probably going to hit them in the middle. If they come here, you're probably going to hit them in the middle again. That's why you gave up that pawn. And then you start learning things like castling, and the game can get really wild and exciting. White is giving away pawns, but castling and getting their pieces out, and man, is it a lot of fun. Well, I have news for you. Let's go back. What if you don't play the Evans Gambit? You want to know some advice? Every now and then, if you're white, play it anyway. You're going to say, what you say? Yeah, why not? Give a pawn away. They take it, build a big center. What's the worst that can happen? You lose a game? No, let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to start learning to play for initiative or for power or for tempo. All these moves that I'm showing you on the board, you can do at any time. How many of you are king pawn players? Raise your hand. Everyone. Okay, now you all have your hands raised. If all of you are king pawn players, I would recommend occasionally play d4. Why? Because it's fun. Take a look at Black's responses. If they play d5, do you ever wonder why White can get away with c4? Doesn't it look like Black just gave them a pawn? Well, you can just play a game. And you can come into class and say, Mike, I took your suggestion. I played a Queen's Gambit. I got totally crushed. Do you have any advice? Well, I'll take a look at your game. Why not? I'll give you some advice. Or you know what? Better yet, you may figure out some cool ideas yourself. Maybe you want to bring your bishop out on move 2. This is called the London system. Wait for a Black response. I don't know. What looks like a good move to you here? Oh, you can say, I never played d4. I have no idea. Yes, you do play d4. You play chess. Doesn't matter what you opened with. How about e3 here? Is that a good move? Well, protects my bishop, protects my pawn again, and it opens up my light squared bishop to develop. I'm making this up. I don't know. Let's say Black plays e6 to develop this guy. Are you allowed to put your bishop on a beautiful diagonal? And they develop, and I forgot, what is this called when the king and the rook make that shift? Oh yeah, castling. Maybe that's good here. Play knight f3. You guys got the idea? I want you to experiment. Go and play. All right? Why not open your game with a knight f3 on move 1? Develop a knight before a pawn. Now, I'm not saying doing this every game. If you have your openings, you should do that most of the time. But every now and then, experiment. And of course, if you're Black, why not? Do it even more. You know, if you play Black and always play e5 on move 1, that's great, and you should do that at your tournaments. But you know what? Why not play a center counter defense one of these days? Or what's all this talk about the Sicilian defense? Try it out. Come into class. Let me know how you made out. Okay? Now, so I want you to go on play this week and really come into class on Sunday telling me you did something new and exciting. Don't come in and say, oh, I played one game in my regular opening and it was nice. I don't know what that means. Anyway, what else here? Yeah, how about learning how to checkmate with two bishops? How many of you can do that? Well, come to library, go to workout, scroll down. Oh, here's a two bishop mate. Can you checkmate with two bishops? Well, the computer's here. It's going to say prove it. As you move these pieces around, the computer is going to move around with you. And eventually, you'll have to be able to checkmate the king with the two bishops. You don't know how to do it? You keep getting confused? No problem. What should you do? Come into class. Ask me. Say, hey, Mr. A, I played this. Oh, the computer didn't like my move. Well, I'm not going to play him because I don't have time. I have more to show you, but I can promise you I could beat this machine with these two bishops. How do I know? I invented the two bishop checkmate in 1600. I did that. You can look that up. Okay, let's go back home. Another thing you can do, please, puzzles. Puzzles. Click start. And whoops, look at that. Now this is set pretty high. It's like in the 2300s, although I know we do have a young lad in the 2300s here with his tactics rating. But anyway, I like the fact that these two queens are looking at each other. I'm not solving these now. I don't have time. Yeah, I was born in the 1600s. I'm very old. I'm tired. I have to go to bed. Anyway, solve as many of these puzzles as you can. All right? So for this week, go over this. Go into this program, click home. Play as much as you can. Try different openings. Try new ideas. I can see what you're doing here. So if I see that your rating went down a little bit, I'm going to check it out. And if you lost because you're trying something new, great, wonderful. If I see you keep losing to the same idea in one opening, I can help you out. But if you don't play, I can't help you at all. Okay? And then finally, never forget, in library, you have the wonderful videos that they make. You can click the level that you want, and then the main line here, or the most current, will always show up at some point. These are about isolated pawns. I watched this video, very instructive. Simon Williams loves attacking chess. Grandmaster Williams. I have several of his books. Wonderful, wonderful teacher. Okay? All right, Grandmasters. Put some time in. Have some fun. Get better at chess. We'll see you on Sunday.